In the early 90s, it seemed like all you could hear in arcades were hadoukens and fatalities. But the developers SNK were also looking to get in on the fighting game boom at the time. Games like Fatal Fury and Art of Fighting were moderately successful, but weren't quite special enough to pull the droves of people away from Street Fighter II and Mortal Kombat. But eventually, in 1993, some new sounds would catch people's ears. The sounds of the shamisen, the koto, Japanese dialogue, and the clashing of blades. Samurai Shodown set itself apart in many ways that would make it one of the more unique and innovative fighting games at the time. Set in feudal Japan, the game's atmosphere is rich with traditional Japanese music, locales, and even characters loosely based on historical figures. But there's still a lot of artistic liberty taken here, as you'll even find yourselves fighting in places that didn't exactly exist during that time period. Unless Earthquake can travel through time and make Texas happen. And yeah, he just farted in my face. Samurai Shodown also has a pretty good sense of humor, especially in the banter between the wide range of characters. But besides its complementary art style and setting, SNK also brought some great gameplay enhancements to the fighting arena. Every character fights with a unique weapon, and there's a strong emphasis on quick and deadly reactive strikes as opposed to combos. Things can get pretty twitchy with the ability to dash and dodge and disarm, and it keeps the flow of the fight going at a rapid pace, but yet still requires a lot of deliberation. There's also a variety of special moves at your disposal to mix things up, random food and scoring items, the classic rage gauge, and the addition of slow motion to the battle, triggered by a brutal hit, and it adds a great deal of intensity to each fight. It's a great subtle touch that really ties in the spirit of the samurai that we know so well from films and animation. And combine that with a zoomable perspective that was fine-tuned from SNK's earlier Art of Fighting, and you've got a really smooth and exciting fighting game experience. And the release of Samurai Shodown was very well received, and it would lead on to many ports to other platforms and some great sequels, and even some anime and manga. And it's playable in so many different forms these days, but this version on the PlayStation Network is definitely worth checking out for fans, especially if you want to have a showdown with your friends online. So grab your katana and...